I'm back. Ooh, yes, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. And thank you for joining me and watching my video. Okay, so this video, I want to talk to you guys about my experience when I cheated. Okay, so let me get into my story. So this happened back in 2012. No, 13. Yeah, 2013. I was dating this guy. His nickname is Bones. I'm not gonna say his real name. And we were together for about a year. I'm rewind to the ending of our relationship, near basically the end. I had accepted an invitation to join my ex-boyfriend, Miguel, to basically do some riding around and a little bit of drinking. I wasn't driving. He was. Even though that may sound crazy, like, why would you be in a car with a man that's drinking and driving? But it wasn't like that. It was like during that time I was smoking marijuana, not something else. And with that, we were smoking. And then it was like when we were about like, I'll say about, we were in the neighborhood of where we were going. Then he handed me the bottle. I cracked open the bottle. He barely even took any sips. He was smoking. But anywho, so to be honest, all I was really doing was just riding around with him. We didn't exchange any sexual activities. And that's the God honest truth. Like, he just wanted to catch up with me and see how I was doing because this particular person I was with for 7 years. This was the longest boyfriend I ever had, and still I ever had. And I'm 29, about to be 30. Yes, I'm 29, about to be 30. I was born in 89. And so, to make a long story short, after a certain amount of drinking and after 2 blunts, I was like, I'm ready to go home. And plus, I had a boyfriend, Bones. We were in a rocky place at the time. The last thing we fell out about was him getting paid on a Friday and end up spending his whole night evening in Kentucky. And I couldn't really get in contact with him. So, it was the discrepancy there. And that was the last straw with me. After that, I wouldn't say was like, fuck him, I'm doing my own thing, but I really kind of started doing my own thing, start seeing people, but I was not out to like, oh, I need someone to make love to, or I want somebody to bang me or something. It was none of that going on. Me and Miguel was just literally chilling. I don't even really call it cheating, but according to Bones, I cheated and I didn't. That's the God honest truth. Me and him didn't even kiss. I don't even believe I even gave him a hug because when we greeted each other, he was in a car and I just got in the car and we was in a car pretty much the whole time. Like we was just riding around. But anywho, so as I'm coming back home, soon as I turn into my apartment complex, it's a big old street light right there. It's street lights all throughout the complex, but as soon as you pull in, it's two of them main, like right there at the entrance, like right, right there. Bones was standing right there talking to someone, and the crazy thing about it, this nigga had a bouquet of roses. I mean, not roses, sorry, flowers. This nigga had never gave me no motherfucking flowers until that night. But guess what? I was fooling in my complex with Miguel, and he knew Miguel. But Miguel, I was with Miguel from 7th grade all the way through high school, up until he went to little, I guess, juvenile prison or whatever. He went for 18 months. Yeah, I got caught with a gun and blase, blase, whatever. And I wasn't with him during that time. But we was together for 7 years. That's when we had broken up, and then we end up, we never really got back together after that. Anywho, so it was like when I turned in that complex, and me and Bones locked ass. And to make a long story short, Miguel dropped me off. Of course, like minute, not even 2 minutes later, he come through the door, Bones, through my apartment door, because he had a key to it, and he was really broken. But the God honest truth, he didn't even do anything. Was just with him. That's all it really was. But it looked bad, and it was just fucked up that he held a bouquet of flowers in his hand, standing outside at nighttime talking to someone. I don't know. I don't remember who he was talking to, and he was right at the entrance of the complex when you turn in. So it was like, and it was so funny, but it wasn't. But it was so fucking funny. I'm sorry. Just motherfucking luck, like, oh my soul, man, that shit was so fucking funny. I had so many different weird mixed emotion feelings that night, and I felt like I was a cheater. But when I really thought about everything, I'm like, I didn't even do anything. Yeah, it was kind of wrong. That ain't my dude, and I'm with my ex, but I was a little vulnerable, and where was Bones? He was nowhere to be found. It was a Saturday day, beautiful day. I couldn't get in contact with him or nothing. And it wasn't like I was retaliating out for that. It was just basically Miguel just suddenly called me, and he gave me the extended invitation, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing anything anyways. And I didn't have my daughter. I only had one daughter. I got two daughters now. I didn't have her at the time. She was at my grandmother's or somebody. Yeah, I think she was at my grandma. So I was like, sure. And it was so funny because when he came in the house, I was like, after the fact, I'm like, where's the flowers? And it's so funny. At the beginning entrance of the complex, you just see flowers all halfway on the sidewalk, walkway, and in the street a little bit. Oh, it ain't funny, but it was fucking funny, man. It was funny, but it wasn't. Oh my god, if y'all would have been there and seen this and that. He looked like he was so funny because he looked wore out too. He looked like I don't know what the hell had been doing that day, but he was there with them flowers in his hand. And I'm telling y'all, when I say this man had never gave me no flower, rose, none of that, no flowers or nothing. He didn't ever. I mean, he did plenty of other things for me, like my hair, my nails, goals, car, like, but he had never bought me any flowers, roses. That day he had some freaking flowers in his hand. And I was pulling in the fucking complex with a whole nother nigga when he had. That didn't look good. People would say I'm a hoe, I'm this, I'm that, but I didn't even sleep with this man. I swear to God. It was not even exchanged sexually. Like, I was literally chilling. Like, this, I wasn't interested, or I'm not saying I'm not attracted to my ex, but I wasn't interested in anything like that. And he's not the type that's going to pressure me into something. Plenty of guys that does that, but he wasn't one of them. And yeah, that's my story about how I cheated according to my ex, Bones. I cheated on him, but I didn't even cheat on him, man. That shit was just funny as fuck, though. I would never forget that moment. I appreciate you guys for listening to my story. Ooh, but comment below. Tell me how you feel about the story. Tell me what would you have done if you would have been in a situation. Bones, he wasn't the type that put his hands on me or was domestic. He never hit me or anything like that or not like that. He was just heartbroken when he came in the house. He was just expressing himself. But once I had clearly told him like nothing really happened, it wasn't really nothing after that. But he was salty. He was salty as fuck. I didn't even get the flowers he brought me because he destroyed them right where he was standing, where he locked eyes with me. Oh yeah. But anywho, thanks for watching once again. If you're not subscribed to my page, please hit that subscribe button below. Thanks.